Have you ever felt like you're being played with emotionally, stuck in a game you didn't sign up for? In relationships, some women test your emotions, manipulate your feelings, and leave you wondering where you stand. But what if there was a way to break free from these emotional games and maintain your peace of mind? That's where Stoicism comes in. In this video, we're diving deep into how you can outsmart any woman playing games with your heart using the timeless philosophy of Stoicism. This ancient wisdom teaches us to control our emotions, focus on what we can control, and detach from unhealthy emotional dynamics. Stoicism isn't about being cold or unfeeling. It's about mastering your emotions so that you can navigate relationships with clarity, confidence, and strength. We'll show you how to recognize when you're being manipulated, how to remain calm under pressure, and most importantly, how to stop playing into emotional games. Whether you're dealing with uncertainty, emotional manipulation, or just want to stop second-guessing yourself, Stoicism provides the tools to stay ahead without losing your confidence. Hit that subscribe button for more insights on how to protect your heart and master your emotions with Stoicism. Sign 1. The mixed signals game. One day she's blowing up your phone, laughing at everything you say, making you feel like you're the center of her world. The next, she's distant, dry, cold. You send a message, no reply for hours. When she finally does respond, it's a dead-end answer. Just tired. No emotion. No explanation. You ask if everything's okay, and she drops the classic, "I'm just going through stuff." Let's be real. You're not getting the truth. You're being strung along. Some women don't pull away because they're confused. They pull away because they can. They drip-feed affection like poison disguised as wine. They want to know how quickly you'll chase when they disappear. And most guys, they fall for it. They spiral into self-doubt, rewrite every conversation in their heads, and think if they just do more, maybe she'll go back to the girl from last week. Here's what happened to Caleb. He met Alina, charming, wild, full of light. In the beginning, she was everywhere. Early morning texts, surprise coffee runs, endless calls about nothing and everything. But then, like a light switch, it flipped. She started canceling plans, leaving him on red, acting cold without cause. Every time he distanced himself, she'd reappear with just enough sweetness to keep him hooked. "You're special," she'd say, but she never showed it. Caleb bent over backward, trying to make it work. He'd send long messages, trying to understand her. He thought she just needed patience. But the more he gave, the more she pulled, until one day something inside him snapped. He stopped replying. He didn't argue. He didn't explain. He just went quiet, hit the gym, got busy, rebuilt his confidence, and like clockwork, she came crawling back. But this time, Caleb didn't flinch, because here's what he realized. A woman only plays the mixed signals game with a man she thinks she can shake. When you stay calm in her storm, the power shifts. Either she grows up or walks out. Either way, you win, because the man who doesn't beg, who doesn't react, who keeps moving forward, he's untouchable. Let this burn into your mind. Emotional inconsistency is not a cry for help. It's a test of your boundaries. Stop rewarding confusion with attention. A man who respects himself doesn't chase clarity. He demands it through silence. She's not mysterious. She's manipulative. And your energy isn't hers to play with. So tell me, have you ever been on that roller coaster thinking it was love? Drop your story in the comments. And if you're done with the games, hit like and subscribe. This is your wake-up call. Sign 2, the bait and ignore tactic. She doesn't say she likes you outright, but she gives you just enough to keep you hopeful. A compliment here, a flirty emoji there. Maybe a late night "I was thinking about you" that hits your gut like a shot of dopamine. And just when you respond with interest, she's gone. Suddenly she's busy, replies after 6 hours, or leaves you on red like you imagined the whole thing. She baited you, and now you're left questioning reality. Here's the raw truth. She didn't want you. She wanted the reaction. Some women don't crave intimacy. They crave leverage. Your attention isn't affection to them. It's currency. Every reply, every compliment, every second of your interest is a deposit in her ego bank. The more you give, the richer she feels. And the second you want something real in return, she vanishes, like clockwork. This isn't about heartbreak, it's about power. She doesn't need a boyfriend, she needs an audience. And you just played your part. But now it's time to flip the roles. You don't chase, you don't explain. You match her energy, but colder. When she pokes at your attention, ignore it. When she flirts after days of silence, don't light up. Let her feel what distance really looks like. Because the man who doesn't flinch is the one she can't predict. Here's a story you haven't heard. Julian met a woman named Mira. She was bold, funny, full of fire. She dropped hints about wanting something serious, stayed up late texting, even said, "I feel safe with you." But when Julian asked her out for dinner, silence. The next day, a vague excuse, then days without a word. But when he stopped texting, Mira reappeared. "Where'd you go?" "You disappeared on me." Classic bait. But Julian, he didn't bite. No big goodbye, no petty response, just silence and focus. And that's when Mira started reaching out constantly. But by then, it was too late. Julian had seen through the illusion. She never wanted connection. She wanted attention on demand. And once he stopped giving it, she panicked. Not because she lost him, but because she lost control. That's the power of self-respect. You don't owe anyone your presence just because they flirted with your potential. The moment you stop playing her game, you don't just take your power back, you scare her. Because now she knows. You're not a toy, you're a standard. And she can't manipulate a man who sees through the script. Here's the harsh reality. Women like that don't fear losing you. They fear losing the access to you, the validation, the comfort of knowing you're just one hey away. Once you make it clear that your attention is earned, not begged for, you stop being entertainment and start being a challenge. And most of them, they fold when they can't control the narrative. So stop wondering if you were good enough. You were. You just weren't dumb enough to stay in the cycle. Let her play her little games on someone else's time. You're building discipline, peace, purpose, the kind of life no bait and ignore trick can touch. So ask yourself, how many times have you mistaken attention for intention? How often have you confused her curiosity with commitment? The next time someone dangles interest in front of you only to pull it back, don't chase, don't explain, just watch. People reveal themselves in silence more than in words. And once you learn to stop feeding what only drains you, you don't just protect your peace, you build unshakable power. Sign 3, the let's just see where this goes. It always starts the same. You ask, "What are we doing here?" And she hits you with a smile and a shrug. "Let's not rush things. I'm just enjoying the moment." Sounds harmless, right? But underneath that soft delivery is a hard truth. She doesn't see you as the man. She sees you as a man, one of many, replaceable, temporary. But she won't say that. She'll say it's about not putting labels on things. Translation? She wants the perks of love without offering the loyalty. Here's the uncomfortable reality. When a woman is truly into you, she doesn't hesitate. She doesn't need weeks or months to figure it out. She knows, and she makes it obvious. Anything less than that is a strategy, a way to enjoy the warmth of your energy without having to match it. You become her emotional Airbnb, a place to stay, not a place to build. A lot of guys confuse patience with progress, but what they're really doing is auditioning for a role that's already been cast. She's not confused, you are. When she says she's not ready, what she's really saying is she's not ready for you. And the longer you sit there hoping she'll change her mind, the more she'll enjoy the benefits of your devotion while keeping her heart elsewhere. Let me hit you with a real one. Daniel was talking to a woman named Serena. She'd text him every day, call him at night, cuddle like they were something. But every time the topic of being exclusive came up, she dodged it. "I just got out of something," she said. "I don't want to ruin what we have." So Daniel waited. He convinced himself she just needed time. Until one night, Serena went silent. A week later, she updated her profile picture with another guy, the caption, "Finally found my person." Daniel wasn't shocked, just hollow, because deep down, he'd known all along. He was never it. Here's how you win this game. you stop playing it. The moment she hits you with, "Let's just see," you hit her back with clarity. "I'm not here to be half loved or half chosen." That one sentence draws a line in the sand. And real women, women who are ready, will respect it. The ones who disappear, they were never yours to begin with. They just wanted what you gave. And let's be honest, most men aren't ghosted. They're slowly erased, bit by bit, week by week, until one day they wake up and realize they were never really in the picture. They were just standing near it. That's the danger of accepting vagueness. It trains you to tolerate almost love, almost commitment, almost worth. So the next time a woman tries to keep things undefined, ask yourself this: are you building something or just filling time? A man with vision doesn't go with the flow. He chooses the current. He knows where he's headed, and he doesn't wait around hoping someone else figures it out. That's not confidence. That's survival. And if she can't swim in your direction, you let her drift. Sign 4. The jealousy trap. It always starts small. She casually drops a name. "Oh, my trainer says I'm killing it in the gym." Or, "There's this guy at my yoga class. He's so sweet." Maybe even something like, "You remind me of my ex. He used to be really thoughtful too." Harmless, think again. That's not random chatter, that's calculated. She's lighting a slow fuse to see how fast you burn. Suddenly, you're not just in a conversation. You're in a competition you didn't agree to. This is manipulation disguised as banter. She wants to see if you'll break composure. If you'll fight harder, compliment more, ask jealous questions. She's testing your pride, not your love. And most men, they fail. They lean in harder. They try to outshine the imaginary competition. But here's the twist. The more you chase her approval, the more power you hand her. You become predictable, playable, disposable. Let me give you the real. Amir was dating this girl named Talia. Gorgeous, clever, always had eyes on her. Out of nowhere, she started bringing up some guy named Malik. "Malik's always making me laugh. He said I should model." Amir laughed it off at first, but soon he was complimenting her more, dressing better, always available. And Talia, she grew distant. She didn't respect the chase. She enjoyed the control. Until one night, Amir snapped out of it. When she brought Malik up again, Amir just raised an eyebrow and said, "He sounds fun. I'm sure he'll make someone a great fan." Then he changed the subject. Talia didn't know how to respond, because the second he stopped reacting, she lost her grip. You see, the trick isn't to play harder, it's to stop playing entirely. When a woman throws jealousy in your face, it's bait. The only winning move is to be indifferent. Not fake indifference. Real detachment. The kind that says, "I'm not here to win your validation. I already own mine." Women don't expect that. They expect you to squirm. Here's what most guys miss. When a woman introduces another man into the conversation, it's not about that man. It's about your reaction. If you flinch, you lose. If you obsess, you crumble. But if you remain unfazed, she either levels up or leaves. And trust me, if she walks because you wouldn't compete, she was never yours to begin with. She just wanted a stage, not a relationship. And let's get brutally honest. Anyone who plays games with your sense of worth isn't worth playing with. Love doesn't need to provoke jealousy to prove desire. It doesn't flirt with betrayal just to feel wanted. So if you find yourself in a contest for her attention, you're not in love. You're in a trap. And the strongest move you can make is to walk out of it like you never needed the prize. Because the truth is, you didn't. Sign 5, the make him prove himself move. She won't say it out loud, but she's watching. Watching how far you'll bend, how hard you'll chase, how much of yourself you're willing to lose just to win her over. You suggest a date, she replies with a vague, maybe. You compliment her, she rolls her eyes and says, "You say that to every girl?" You put time and effort into planning something special. She flakes without warning. Sound familiar? That's not bad timing. That's a calculated move. She's not trying to get to know you. She's weighing your willingness to jump through hoops. And every hoop you clear, she respects you less. Take Brandon, for example. He met Camille, beautiful, sharp, a woman who walked like the world owed her something. At first it was chemistry. Then it became a circus. She made him wait hours for replies, canceled plans like they were optional, flirted just enough to keep him hooked, but withheld enough to leave him starving. And Brandon? He fell for the trap, sent flowers, apologized when she ignored him, took her silence as a challenge to try harder, but all he got in return was more distance. Until one day, Brandon decided to stop proving. He stopped texting first, stopped showing up uninvited. He cut the energy supply, and Camille noticed. Suddenly, she was calling, planning, showing effort. Because deep down, even the games have rules, and she just lost control of the one playing. See, the harsh truth is this. A man who constantly tries to prove his worth is telling the world he doesn't believe in it himself. And women, they can smell that desperation. The moment you feel the need to earn her interest, you've already lost the edge. Confidence isn't loud. It's quiet, firm, and unmoved. The man who stands still while the test is thrown at him, he passes without even lifting a finger. You need to understand, some women aren't looking for love. They're looking for validation. And if you bite the bait, you become the source. But when you stop chasing and start choosing, the game flips. She starts wondering why you're not reacting, why you're not trying. And that's when you gain control, not over her, but over yourself. And that control, that's power. That's what sets men apart. And here's the curveball. Not every test is there to be passed. Some are meant to break you, to see how much of yourself you'll surrender to stay in her good graces. But the moment you recognize the pattern, you have a choice. Play the role of the eager performer or walk off the stage like a man who doesn't audition for affection. Now here's the punchline most men aren't ready for. If you have to work that hard just to matter, you never really mattered in the first place. Real attraction isn't forced. It flows. And if a woman can't meet you with the same energy you offer, she doesn't deserve your presence. Because a man who knows his value doesn't prove himself. He removes himself. So I leave you with this. Are you the man who's still hoping she'll finally see your worth? Or the man who's already walking away because he sees it first? When your energy is solid, when your standards are set, you don't beg for connection. You become the one who others hope to impress. And that right there is the kind of man she never forgets. Embracing Stoicism is a powerful way to outsmart emotional games in relationships. It teaches you to focus on what you can control, your actions, responses, and emotions, while letting go of the things you can't. Recognizing manipulative tactics and remaining calm under pressure allows you to navigate relationships with confidence, without getting caught in the emotional chaos. By applying these Stoic principles, you build emotional strength and protect your heart from unnecessary stress. If you found these strategies helpful, make sure to subscribe for more insights on mastering relationships with wisdom, clarity, and composure.